That valuable advantage of 54 overnight. We welcome everybody around the world who's joining us for the first time today. Cricket lovers settling into their seats. 3 Boxing Day Test matches taking place. One in New Zealand, one in Australia, and the other here at Centurion in South Africa. We're going to head up to the commentary box and say good morning to Robbie Peterson, Sean Pollock and Pommy Mbangwa.
On the money. Comfortable enough. Shot. A great start then for Temba Bafuma. 4 runs.
Beautifully played, a real settler this for Bafuma. His feet moved beautifully, got into position early. It's just an extension of the arms. Strong position. Great thrust onto that front foot. He didn't actually want to run, but Dale Steyn was calling him through.
Certainly didn't need to run. Timed it well, placed it well.
I think the first hour would be crucial.
Really far over the line, but how well did Dale Steyn deal with this? You would have heard Robbie over all the years about his opening the batting exploits at school.
Shot, beautifully played. In the slot and driven down the ground for 4.
There's the answer. He will look to be more positive. First deliveries are bounced, just ducks underneath it. He can hold on to anything in my half that I recognise. Smack it down the ground. Nothing agriculture about it. Very good. Technically wise.
He does have a good technique, Dale Steyn.
To like a fly third man.
Takes it on. Nicely played. 4 runs.
I like this. He has a go. He's got to have a full go of Dale Steyn. Just see why he's a handy tail order. Tail-ender to have. He showed a good defense. And when he has a go, he possesses the ability to play some shots. We've seen the drive, and now we've seen the pull. You can expect a lot more of those deliveries. And that's excellently played.
Top nut. Top nut. No feet.
Also, you don't listen to that man on your shoulder who's telling you that the next one's going to be just as short and maybe a bit quicker.
Looks so good driving. Temba Bafuma. There's another one out of the cupboard. 4 more.
I did get the feeling that this is the part of Temba's game that's starting to improve and get better and better. Over the years, when he first came into the side, he short in stature, played a lot of balls off the back foot and only really got to half volley away. But that wasn't a half volley, that was a decent length delivery. But still, he got a decent stride in and just whacked it through the covers. Nicely played. Got himself to 47.
Edged and gone. There's the first one for the morning for Pakistan. They'll be happy with that. They get rid of the night watchman.
Yeah, it's the end of Dale Steyn, a valuable 23 from him, but I think this dismissal has a lot to do with what happened in the last over. All of a sudden the battle was on, there was short pitch deliveries, it got Dale Steyn thinking about the possibilities and what the bowler might try. Eventually he decided to be aggressive, going after a good length delivery. It was a bit of an off-cutter too. Just held up a touch on the surface, Steyn trying to pop it over the top, just rolls his fingers across it. And it's a good variation from here, good thinking.
There's a start for you. A lovely flowing cover drive for 4 to start for Quinton de Kock.
This is not what you want to dish up at Quinton de Kock first delivery. You do not want to get him going early in his innings. And this was very friendly from Mohamed Amir. Once he got good bat on it, it was always going to the fence.
Yeah, nicely played. Over pitched, and the good sign for Quinton de Kock is that his feet are moving well. He's got his weight into that. There will be something. But you don't want to give them freebies and slide it down the leg side like this one. Searching too much, trying to try too much to the new batsman.
Yeah, this is just freebies. Hasn't quite been on it this morning, Hassan Ali. That's just easy pickings. You mentioned that end ups rubber end, there's a little more divots, Sean. I just wonder if it's if Hassanal is the right guy to be bowling from this end. If you want bowlers that are taller, maybe Shaheen Afridi would be a good option.
Shot. It was in the air for some time, but in the gap, and firmly struck too. And away it goes to the fence.
Short, wide, he's not going to miss out there. Didn't play it that confidently, Quinton de Kock. Was in the air for some time. He had his heart in his mouth. In the end, it's in the gap. It races to the fence.
Yeah, slightly fortunate for de Kock. I don't think he's...
Sliced away, backward to square on the offside. That's gone for 4. Good stuff from Babuma. Gee, he's played nicely. He's been so composed. That's brought up 50. It's a really important knock, this.
Fantastic innings from Temba Bavuma. Some doubt over whether he would be fit enough to play, but from a South African perspective, thank goodness he did, because he's played beautifully, scored freely all around the ground. He's had great tempo to his game.
Didn't carry by some distance.
You earn your $1 million by bowling, what, about 100 overs a season. That's it. For you to become a good all-round cricketer.
It's pitching outside the line leg stumps, so no drama there as well. But
The ability to fight hard as well.
there's a neck and there's a wicket. So that's the end of Temba Bavuma. He's played so well. Afridi has done a really good job. He's looked impressive. He's 18 years of age. He's tall. That's a big wicket as far as Pakistan's concerned, but it's the end of a good piece of work from Temba Bavuma.
Yeah, at times just a simple length can do the trick. You don't have to swing it a mile. It's just the length that did him in the end. The slant, the angle, just didn't cover the line this time. Simple thing, beautifully done. Just went with the angle, feather to the keeper.
So work to be done by these two as far as South Africa's concerned, and that's a beautiful shot. Nicely played by Quinton de Kock, good timing, and he's picked himself up a boundary.
In position early and going through with that shot with so much of ease and comfort.
He's brought good form in, Quinton de Kock. We had our T20 tournament here, and he played beautifully in that, played some cracking inningses. So the form is there.
Just to work that one away, back on a square on the offside, not to be. That's the end of that over. 50 overs up now. 177 for 7 it is, and also drinks.
Well, no problem with a full toss at test match level, particularly one that comes onto the bat a bit. Beautifully placed by Quinton de Kock. That gives South Africa the lead. Crucial runs now. They'll field to Pakistan as if every run scored by South Africa from this point on is almost worth double. They've got to play catch-up from here on in.
Shaheen Afridi just showing his inexperience there. On a pitch like this, that's giving everything to the bowlers. You don't look to be bowling Yorkers, unless, of course, you're bowling to a number 11. That
Very hard. It's an exasperated appeal rather than play or leave alone. That's good as well. Not a bad shout either. Well, immediately reviewed by Safraz. He wasted no time. If Maharaj hasn't hit this ball...
As well, nothing over there. 50-50, half on the line.
Whoa, this is close. Certainly hits him between wicket and wicket. There's no problem there. Has it nipped back too much? That's the only question. I don't know, is it too high? I doubt it if it's hit the knee roll. The work on ultra edge comes after the ball's past the bat, so I don't think he's hit it. Right, we're ready to go with Hawkeye. This is what'll tell us. Oh, I might... Oh, it is out. What a review by Pakistan. Safraz was convinced, immediately reviewed it, and it's rewarded him. Mentioned the line there from... There you go. That's why I think he's better than an average of 12.
what he needs to do, Mark, is to...
How many not outs you have?
He ain't going to get too many knockouts playing those shots. And he does like to play shots. He has the capabilities of getting runs. He is a pretty good.
Now he flicks one away off his hip for 4 more. Lara-esque.
His average will go up. South Africa 197 for 8. And look at that. Beautiful. He's a proper batter.
Didn't quite time it, but intention's clear, very. Beautiful. So good. That's a quality shot for 4.
This is proper. Eventually he'll mature and decide which one he wants to go after. There's nothing prettier on the eye than PakvsSa Rabada playing a cover drive.
Yeah, it just looks so much better when a left-hander does it. Have a look at that.
Shot. Timed well enough, and away it goes for 4, straight down the ground.
It was timed well enough. PakvsSa had a look at his bat as if to say it didn't quite feel right. It didn't feel like it came off the middle. But the contact good enough to take it down the ground.
Bowl has gone up. Keeper's asking. Nobody's sure. They want to know. Well, let's have a look. Ball and equipment.
But they've got all the technology, so they have to go through the process of checking everything. But from that side on, you can clearly see nothing involved.
So from front on, you might be, when you see that first angle, and that's the one on the left, you look at it and you say, ooh. Edged, gone. Good length, drew him outside off. And it's Shaheen Afridi again.
Yeah, Shaheen Afridi's been very impressive. I've been very impressed with what I've seen from him so far. It's a surface that will offer him a lot of assistance. He's a tall man and finds the outside edge.
Yes, he's been very impressive, Shaheen Afridi. I think the key there is that he banged a few into the surface. He's hit the wicket hard. So when he pitched it up, PakvsSa Rabada's weight was back.
Out. Another of those slower balls, nothing on it in terms of pace, and it deceives Quinton de Kock.
Stroke of lunch. And here we go. A little bit of a deception. Not really expecting a slow ball in Test cricket. It's not something you face often, but that was just all about the skill. You can see there's no real difference in the way it comes out of the hand. He disguises it so well. And to get a guy out of Quinton de Kock's ability, who's on 45 and been there for some time.
Gets the leading edge, and the South African innings comes to a conclusion on 223. Pakistan will be happy with that. They had to pick themselves up after winning the toss, batting first and being bowled out for 181. And they're right back in this match. Lead for South Africa 42, which on the surface is pretty valuable, but it doesn't mean that Pakistan are out. But 96 runs scored and 5 wickets down in the session. And we'll take lunch.
So South Africa all out for 223. We felt that we would have a kind of understanding of where the game is at this point. I guess 42 ahead in the context where runs have been difficult to come by. It is advantage South Africa, but it's not a big advantage. It's only slight. 53 to Temba Bavuma and 45 to Quinton de Kock. An important partnership between them, and in the end have cobbled together a score, South Africa, that puts them ahead and requires their bowlers to make sure that they go further ahead in bowling Pakistan out cheaply a second time round.
Some good partnerships. As you can see, just a little bit of rearguard action by South Africa. The one between Temba Bavuma and Tennis de Bruin, exceptional 69. Bavuma and Steyn, the night watchman, contributing 34. And then steadying the ship again, Bavuma, de Kock, another 24.